Honey, I'm so hey y'all, honey. Why my crazy self forgot to add myself to the chat? I've been talking this whole time. Okay, did not know I did not do what? Hit add yourself to the chat. So hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLee's Corner. I was like, what is going on? Why ain't nobody talking back to me? Okay, because let me get on the screen. Honey, let me get look. I am here. Okay. Can y'all hear my voice? Okay. I was like, why ain't nobody saying nothing? What is going on, honey? I forgot to add myself to the damn screen. You have to add yourself to be seen around here. Okay. But anyway, it go. Hey, everyone. See, you know what? Honey, it's been a long day. Okay, it's been a long day. And look, I hope everybody got a chance to tune in to the interview that was on Niecy Dixon's channel with the Ladies First panel. Okay, we had a whole good little interview with Destiny that aired tonight. Now, I know it was supposed to be on Monday. It was a little bit of a mix-up, but y'all got it today, and that's what matters. Okay, and I told y'all before, once it's over, it's gonna be a whole after show live chit chat so we can discuss how we felt about the interview with Destiny Payton from Love and Marriage Huntsville. Okay. Now, again, if you have not seen the interview, it is on Niecy Dixon channel for Ladies First panel. Okay. Now, again, I don't believe she has done many interviews, at least in my opinion, not done as many, answered as many questions. Because again, we had a total of 27 questions, and she said something to each one. Okay, but y'all know first things first. Make sure to do what's like the video, subscribe to our channel. So you subscribe to my channel to become a JayBird, and down. So hit that subscribe button, like the video, comment in the comment section, share the video, please, thank you. Okay, and y'all know follow me on IG and Twitter, boom, at JayLeesCorner, everywhere. So yeah. So let's discuss a couple of things about what went on tonight. Okay. And as y'all see, the interview with Destiny was about about an hour and 40 minutes. And I feel like it was a great interview. Okay, that's what I think. I think it was great. Okay, I think we got questions answered. I feel like we did not go easy. I feel like we had good questions. Not, not. I thought I was too high. So I can't, honey. I had no idea. I did not hit add to screen because I've been bouncing in and out of StreamYard. But excellent interview, great interview. Y'all made that to answer those questions because this is the thing. We wanted to be, and I'm gonna say we, and I'm gonna speak for me because you know what I'm saying. We have the point of this thing right here is so, it's my opinion what happened because on an interview we can't really be like, girl, you lied. You know what I'm saying? We can't do that. So we wanted to have questions that we knew the fans would want her to answer. We did not want to ask her anything, disrespectful or too much in her business, but it's anything that we felt like had been covered on the show, had been spoken about on the show, was currently in the, in the blogs, on the gossip sites or whatever. And so we compiled, 27 questions to ask. I also want to say, not it's y'all faces though. And for me, my faces weren't any indication of anything besides me listening. I wasn't making faces like, girl, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't that for me, but I can only speak for me. Great interview, refund, child. Refund. The interview was good. Y'all did a great job, but Destiny is reaching hardest. But see, and this is my thing as well. Y'all know the interview was live for our members. If you are a member of any of our channels when we have interviews, you get the first look of it before any edits go in. And people even in that chat was, she lying? I don't believe her. I feel like some people just feel how they feel, and no matter what she say, that's how they're gonna feel, and that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Great interview. Great job. I hope Carlos checks it out. We do too. Okay. I absolutely do. Um, Hello, great interview, which is sad that some of you people in the comments were just hateful for no reason. This is the thing that I've come to do when we are on doing interviews or even on the panel. I really, 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 really ignore the comments because I try my best to skim them, but also ignore them, because all it takes is one ignorant comment to completely change your mood, and then the whole vibe can change. So I've learned, on sometimes read comments for a couple minutes and then leave them alone. The only time I am fully in my comments is when I'm on a live on my channel. But so when we are on the panels on this on, Jamie or Nisha Monty, I'm not really much in the comments because I'm like, people are usually trying to be assholes. And it's not even assholes, but some people are just trying to be mean for whatever reason. And like I say, some people just don't want to believe anything anyone says. And someone said in our comment section on the actual live on the before it premiered, you not believing what someone said doesn't mean they're lying. It just means what they're saying, you don't believe it. And not like that. It's like two things can be true at once. What did he do so bad that folks don't like her? The comments were wild. I thought it was the shade room comment section. Y'all did an amazing job. Thank you very much. I do feel like going into the interview, I felt like Destiny's not going to be open because she don't talk about shit much anyway. I felt like she's going to probably duck and dodge things. And I think the fans also felt that way as well. Like, what I'm saying? She ain't said shit before, and now she's saying things to cover her own ass. And I didn't believe that. And this is why I can say that, because Destiny had no idea what was going to ask her. We do not, the ladies first panel, we do not supply the questions to anyone before our interview. They don't know what we're going to ask them. We also compile our questions before we interview someone. Now, while we have a list of questions as we're having conversations, depending on what the person says, we can pivot and have a follow-up question, okay? Because you never know, you want to back things up. So sometimes you will see she would answer a question, oh, well, let me, we would ask something extra. So I do think some fans or haters of the show feel like she hasn't spoken about anything before, which means she's faking fugazi. So anything she said right now, they don't believe it. And it was wild in the comments. I was like, no ma'am, no sir, I'm not dealing with it. But we also can't, people have a right to their opinion. I'm gonna leave it at that, okay? But I'm not, it is what it is. We agree, great job. And she answered over half the interview was about Mel. That isn't true. That isn't true at all. And this is the thing. The interview was about Destiny on the show, and a part of her storyline is about her. It's about Mel. It's about Martell. It's about her and her ex-husband. And a bit of it was, a little bit was about her and Keisha. To say over half was about Mel, it wasn't. It was Destiny's opinion. It was her side of things with Mel. When we interviewed Mel previously, we discussed a lot about Martell. Why? Because that was what was going on at that point in time. So people, I feel like, and I'm, again, like James and her review before, I'm team nobody. I'm team Jaylee, okay? But I want to say part of the storyline currently is her and Mel's issues. Had we had her on and not asked her shit about Mel, y'all would have then said, see, y'all don't want to hold her accountable for what she did to Mel. We asked every question, including the things we felt she did to Mel. Why would you feel like, talking to Martell? We asked those questions. So to say, however half was about Mel, half of the show was about Mel. What else were we supposed to ask her? Did you not want us to ask her about mail? I mean, let me know if you want to. If you want to do an interview with Destiny and ask her anything else, by all means, baby, please do that. Go ahead, have fun. Y'all actually got her to open up, right? And the thing that people is missing about this interview, Destiny opened up about everything we asked her that the people asked us to ask her, and then folks didn't like her answers. Why can't she expand more? Why does she? I don't need to know what coochie size she wearing panties. I don't need to know that, but I can maybe ask her how she felt about, getting served divorce papers in the driveway. A lot of folks don't get how hard it is to ask strangers difficult questions, getting in their business without offending them. So the fact that we got her to answer in any way, shape, or form every question we had listed, plus the extra ones we popped in as we talked to her, is a feat within itself, okay? And we have to also allow someone to be open to the conversation, okay? Great interview. The hotel situation was a reach. How was it a reach if it's, again, not saying it's true or false? Because her saying that, I was in the hotel, I was moved 3 times. So this is what y'all forget, don't realize. Her stance, whether it's true or false, her stance was, I was moved from room to room to room. So I don't believe Mel was in the room next to me. That's how is that a reach? How is her telling you what she thinks is a reach? I just want, and look, I'm not fussing with anyone. I'm just asking questions based on y'all saying. I'm like, what? How's that a reach? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna leave that be. Honestly, do you think she was being honest about everything y'all asked her? I think she was being as honest as she could be. The only reason I feel like she held back a little bit? Absolutely. Because she don't owe us every detail of her life. She owe us explanations based on what she's allowed to say. I do think, based on Destiny still being in court with her ex, still having whatever going on with him, certain things she won't say. And let's not forget that she is also that's her son's father. I think people wanted Destiny to come on camera and say, I am wrong. I did everything wrong. I didn't do nothing right. I ruined my marriage. I ruined my friendship with Mel. I am a bad friend for still being friends with Martell. I am a liar. I had a PPP. I think people wanted her to come on and just agree with their narrative of her life. And what I appreciate that she did was she gave us her side of things. I don't know Destiny in real life. I don't think anybody on this live knows her in real life, as far as I know. So who are we to say she lied or being truthful? Now, again, I do not think that she told us everything that she could have said. However, I do feel like she gave us her best honest answers, and nothing she said, in my opinion, was that far-fetched. To me, it wasn't. To me, it wasn't. A lot of people watched this interview looking to poke holes in what she said. A lot of people watched the interview and were just disregarding anything she said, because some folks don't like that, and that's fine. That's fine. There's a difference between a person not being honest and lying, and purposely lying, versus someone who was like, why was your marriage over? Because we was locked in the house together during the pandemic. We had to be up under each other, and he became an asshole. That's the gist of it. That doesn't mean that if she did not say, well, he also did A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, she didn't have to go through the whole alphabet. She gave us enough of her truth. But some people want more, okay? Hey, you did make a live. Respectfully is the way to be. Because if we out here on these interviews checking folks left and right, calling them out, liar, you ain't shit. They not gonna want to interview with us. Part of being an interviewer, and we are also 4 Black women from 4 different states. You know what I'm saying? We have to be personable. We have to be professional. We have to be respectful, because we expect the same thing back from our people. And we hope by the way we conducted ourselves in this interview, which was a tough interview, solely because I felt like people not going to believe this. They're not going to want to hear what she has to say. And that can look bad on us if they feel like they didn't ask enough questions. They didn't go at her throat. They didn't say she was lying. We can't. But I can come on my live after the fact and say what I thought. You know what I'm saying? I thought the panel did amazing, but listening to her gave me a headache, and I was confused. I wasn't. But again, some folk don't like her, and that's fine. She danced around stuff. Okay. Jamie's faces are hilarious. Jamie's always hilarious. It was a good interview, but she didn't answer some important questions. So what questions do y'all feel like she did not answer? And whatever question you feel like she did not answer, say put in the comments, Jaylee, she did not answer, and put the question. And I can say how I think she answered it, because again, I'm not gonna remember. You did a great job. I feel like I got much better understanding of her. And this is the thing. Anyone who watched that interview and got nothing from it, you didn't want to get anything from it. You didn't. Because you can't think that she sat up there for a whole hour and 45 minutes and just lied. That means you really weren't trying to, really hear her. And I can't really, I think I seen somebody who had super chat, but this disappeared. And I can't, and I was trying to get to it. Oh, here, Tawanda Robinson, because it's not on my computer anymore. Excellent interview. Who needs the real one? We have the OLFP. Thank you, Tawanda. I know Tawanda's also a member, but I don't know why it just disappeared. I was trying to scroll down to it, and it did not pop up. But thank you for the super chat, Tawanda, and then also Paige Booker. People give male grace for going through a divorce and cutting folks off. They're doing the same thing, but it's not received the same way. I agree. But like I say, some people just don't like some people. But again, before the interview felt like, man, she's gonna be on bullshit. In the aspect of, I don't think she's going to be as open as we hope that she will be. And for me, being in the interview and feeling the conversation go from point A to point B, and being in the experience, I'm like, she was open. I got a better understanding of what her journey was, and also to think about where she was closed off a little bit in the beginning, and now she's trying to be more open. You had a poker face. I always have a poker face because on here I'm out. Because when I'm listening, I look like, because I'm listening, and I think when you are in an interview, you're supposed to be actively listening and not questioning what you're hearing. Because if you're questioning what you're hearing, how are you listening? You know what I'm saying? So this based on some of the comments that I saw in the comment section, even from the live from Sunday with our members, some folks wasn't listening. Some folks like, she's lying. Fuck her. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. And it's like, that's, people have the right to feel how they feel. And that's, what it is. You know what I'm saying? Some people, and some people are miserable, but some people just have a different opinion. And I think there can be space for the two. It can be space for the people who understand her. It can be space for people who just don't believe her. But there's also that little space over there in the dungeon where people who just want to be, assholes to be assholes. Okay. I enjoyed the interview with Destiny. It was the facial expressions for me. It was a wonderful interview. Y'all did your thing. She did step over the line with ongoing court matters under the mission. And even when she brought up that, and he was the one who wanted to be on the show at first. He was then the one who wanted to leave the show simply to make her have to leave the show because she feel like he was doing that because he didn't want her on the show anymore. But luckily they kept her. And I said, yeah, I felt like that we saw that happen. And I think the fans assumed y'all had broken up and you signed an NDA. And I felt like she couldn't say that then, and she could say that now. She said, well, yeah, that is what happened. He did not want to be on the show anymore. And I did sign an NDA to not discuss him. That's why we seen, after he wasn't seen anymore. No one really spoke about him. At least she did not. And I'm like, sometimes that happens with famous folk who are married. We've seen on Basketball Wives how they have gotten some of them girls on the show, and the basketball players have them sign NDAs, and they're on the show and can't bring up what's going on. So I wasn't surprised. It's just, she finally spoke about it. When y'all asked her about her house, I fell out my chair. Well, this is this is the thing. This is the thing. Girl, these kids outside, it's been crazy. It was stuff that was in the blogs. And we as a group was like, we have to ask her these things that is like pertinent right now in the blogs and gossips or whatever. But it was like, how can we respectfully ask her, are you getting put out your house? Because they said you get put out your house. And it was like, this is the rumor out here. Do you want to, comment on it? And she said no. But we was like, do you want to comment? And she said, but it was out there, honey. It was out there. Because I was like, Lord Jesus. It wasn't I didn't believe her, but while there were things she couldn't say, I felt like with the things she did say, she didn't say much, which left me confused. Sometimes, that happens. That's it is what it is. It's very hateful. It didn't matter what she said. It was balanced to chat because there were people writing hard for Destiny. There were people writing hard for her. There are people who disagreed. There are people who were in the middle who felt her on some things and did not feel her on others. I think at one point, the four of us, me, Bonnie, Nisa, Jamie, maybe felt that same way too, to where, well, let's see, let's continue on to hear the conversation. And I feel like some folks were like, why didn't she answer this question? I'm like, we ain't answered yet. We ain't got to that point yet. So again, some folks was there just to, not be happy. You know what I'm saying? The issues Hunderberg had, I do believe they were real, but she leaving some stuff out. There was a reason why he filed for divorce, and she knows why. But why is that our business? This is the thing. If she's saying to you, this is what she said. We were together a total of, I think, like 5 to 7 years. We dated for the first year. We lived apart, long distance for a couple years. We got engaged, we got married. COVID happened. I got pregnant. We were in a house together and things changed. I don't think anyone owes an explanation on what specifically changed in their marriage when you knowing won't fix the marriage. You knowing won't bring back her family. And I think people say she left some stuff out because we still want to be nosy. And that's a human trait because I'm nosy too. I want to know stuff, okay? Hence why I am a YouTuber. But she may know exactly why he filed for divorce. That does not mean that she owes us the exact reason. But to me, someone saying, after us not living together for these amount of years, and we're now living in the same house in COVID, and I can't go no fucking where, and I'm no longer working myself. I left my corporate job, and I'm now trying to build a business, the Madani business. So I don't have any money coming in or whatever. She was giving points, even though she wasn't saying things in one fell swoop. If you listen to the whole interview, she gave exact reasons. When she brought up how he, felt like she could contribute more. that he felt like, well, I'm paying for the roof of your head. And she then said, yeah, but I'm trying to build my business. Meaning he probably had some resentment about her not working and bringing in money. He was spending on the bills. When before that probably wasn't the issue. So again, I think people sometimes miss the totality of a conversation based on the one part they focus on. So I don't think she had to tell us that, well, LeBerick was upset because I was mad at him. And so I was being honorary, okay, in the house during COVID. And I was probably aggravated because I was also pregnant. And he was also being an asshole. And the marriage broke down and I didn't care. And so we got divorced. She didn't say it in that way. But I do feel like if you listen to the whole thing, she gave an explanation. I think for some folks just want more. And that's fine if you want more, but I just don't believe that it was as if she didn't really answer the question. I think she did in her own way. In her own way. You know what I'm saying? I think provided context to situations and rumors. I agree. I was surprised that she answered some of the questions. Me too. Me too. Okay. Right. For people thought she was prepared. I'm like, she couldn't have been. Look, while she probably is fully aware of the things people want to know, and in that aspect, she could be prepared, but she's not prepared for our follow-up questions. She's not prepared for each specific question that we had at all. She just wasn't. In my opinion, the part about mail refunding, even we said not a refund. She sent it back. Some people may have preconceived notions about Destiny because about a month ago she did an interview, which she sat down with a reporter who tried to ask about the divorce to be continued. She was. I was trying to say what she wasn't as professional and open as she was with OLFP. I'm not saying that any hateful comment was okay because of Destiny past behavior, but I too didn't know how she was going to answer. We seen that clip. We did. And I remember because I was like, ooh, she can't do that with us. Because I did see, okay, she snaps on that person. In hindsight, this would be the thing. It's all based on how someone asks you questions. You can't go right into, so is LeBear your baby daddy? Do you have custody? Is y'all still married? You can't do that. As you see, we ease into the conversation. We made sure to make her feel comfortable, and we let the conversation flow. You can't treat an interview like a job interview with question, answer, question, answer. It has to be a flowing conversation so that they don't feel like you're just trying to, get information out of them. I think people wanted her to answer the way they wanted her to answer. She answered questions. She answered everyone. And I was look, when I say, because after our live, we said we have a post-production conversation. Ladies. And we was like, she answered all the questions. You know what I'm saying? She may not have went into detail as much on them all. But it was an hour and 45-minute interview. So she said a whole lot. But some people need someone to say 2 + 2 is 4. And not 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 is 4. Sometimes you can't do shortcuts. Sometimes it's long division. And if you're not used to long division, then you miss the math. You know what I'm saying? To be honest, we got so much more from her, and I didn't think she was going to be so open. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing. It said some people are so pressed and hate people they have never met. I even saw an interview that Marcel and Maurice's brother gave, and I got a better understanding of him. Oh, okay. That means y'all definitely did a good job, Jaylee. She did a lot of double speaking, though. I'm team nobody, just team facts. Glad you were able to get this interview. Look, we really want to, be able to interview people to just get information to the folks. Okay, we know we are Black content creators, and we cover these Black reality shows and other shows too. So we want to be able to get booked for these kind of things because we don't want all the good juicy shit to be like Candy getting the interviews because she Candy. Or, Don, or not Don, Carlos King getting folks because he's a producer. I feel like the reason we enjoy these interviews is because we regular folk. We watch their shows. We are fans of the show as well. And so the way we will ask questions will be from the viewer's perspective, not from a cast member's perspective, not from a producer's perspective, not from a extremely popular blogger who is friends with, you know, it's different with us. And because we are four different people who handle things in four different ways, we just happen to mesh well and have, you know what I'm saying, came together as a combination to be the panel, because we are the collective. So we really hope to book more interviews, and not just with only female talent on these shows, because we haven't interviewed a male at all. So we're hoping to expand, you know, to more people here and there. You could tell Destiny didn't know the question about her facial expression. She would look up, she would, okay. And we tried to make sure to word the questions, you know, so that it didn't seem, because we could have easily said, you know, so they said you lying. They said that you lying with that PPP. And you lying? We could do that because other folks have done things in that way, which could be the reason why she reacted how she did on that other interview. She didn't give us no, you know, whatever, because we made sure to let her know this is our panel, the Ooh Ladies First panel with me and Jamie and Bonnie and Niecy. We are a safe space. Okay? So where we do not want anyone believing that they come around here for bullshit. And as long as you respect us, we will absolutely respect you. And a part of that is we can't give you the questions up front, because then you're pre-rehearsed. It's not an authentic conversation. And that's what I think like the most had the interview wasn't about male. She answered about herself and her marriage. Right. The fact she spoke about her time as a kid in foster care. She spoke about her talking to Tiffany, about her. It was all kind of things she spoke about, not about male. And let's not forget, we phrased the questions, not her. So she didn't come on here. She did not. The point of the interview, at no time and no point did anyone say, we want you to come on here and talk about male. We've already interviewed male. And I really do hope we can get Mel again towards the end of the season. And we want to get Tisha, and we want to get Kiki. We want to have the conversations with the people who we like to see. So, you know what I'm saying? But we also have to get in those interviews. It's going to be about whatever's going on the show. Destiny did answer more than what I thought she was. It was a great interview. You did good. Oh, see, Tawana, I knew a girl. Hey, okay. I'm like, I know I split a little thing, but now I guess the comments was a lot of comments. Thank you. Y'all did a good job. Excellent. Did you see a DM? I haven't went and looked at, but I'll look. Is it something recent that I need to see for this, or just like, you know, in general? And it depends on which thing. I don't see one, but if it's in our OLFP one, I haven't checked that one yet. I think I did a great. I think y'all did a great job interviewing Destiny and make her feel comfortable. And that's right. We hope she do, because again, you do not want to have anyone on here one time when they are on a hit show, and you also don't want to, you know, piss off for a fan one focus and no one else in that show might come on. Okay, that ain't what we're gonna do right here. Okay, not at all. Now we need to look. If LeBerick wants to come on and speak his piece, he can. We open to whatever, okay? But again, he has to be as authentic as she was, okay? It was a great combo, period. Did she say what public assistance she was on? She said her specific statement was it was different programs that the state offered to help people who was not getting child support. That was her statement. I don't think we had to say it was the, you know, which program it was, but she made it clear it wasn't about the PPP shit. It was state assistance in Alabama. So I mean, like, that's what I mean by some folks want I want you to say that you was on the I need some WIC milk and cornflakes program from, you know, the Women Infinite. It's like she said, it's a program that helped parents who was not getting child support. And because at that time she was not getting child support, she got those programs to help her that paid her money. Also, she's not able to really talk about her ex because they're in court. Boom. Okay. The is trash. No woman can see that just because a man sounds great on paper, he can have a piss poor character. Okay. Right. Like how he was pressed about the type of public assistance she admitted to. Who cared what type? Y'all didn't tell a lady to abort the mission. No, we didn't. Not at all. Because if she want to sing, she want to sing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't out here out trying to crush nobody's dreams. If you want to sing, then sing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you guys did an amazing job with the interview. Awesome question. The comment section was shady. We can't control the comment section, honey. That is out of our control. We be trying to, but we can't. You know what I'm saying? And people gonna say what they're gonna say. We've had crazy comments in the comment section on our regular panels or even our regular lives that have us react. Which is why we give our members the exclusive first look at things, even though the members was wilding too. Okay, don't for one second think. Look, the comment section on the private viewing was crazy as well. Okay. Thank you, Creative Diva. Great job. Great job. Thank you very much. Okay. I think she's being honest. She still has ongoing court dates with LeBear. She does. She very, very much so does. I think the messy producers did that with the hotel. This is the thing. When she said that she couldn't believe that Mel was next to her, what I mumbled under my breath was, somebody made it happen. Because we not going to act like producers still want to have something happen. Okay. And it doesn't mean that once they move Destiny 1 or 2 times, they then didn't also put Mel wherever they put Mel. But again, her side was her side. And she didn't believe that Mel was in the same. This is my thing. This is my thing too. If they were in the same rooms next to each other and neither one of them knew, as she said, that's how y'all knew we wasn't talking. I did not know that she was in the room next to me. They'd even bump into each other. So again, I do feel like the producers and production allegedly could have easily interfered a little bit. Okay, I don't know. But I don't think that was her and Keisha conversation, just based on Keisha stands towards Mother Union. The comments would make me not want to come back and interview. I was interviewing in the comments. Most people who we are interviewing based on StreamYard, how it's set up, they don't really have to see the questions. They would have to click on the comment section to see that. And usually the one we're interviewing aren't really reading the questions. So, I feel like, and the comment section in our live probably ain't no worse or any better than their IG comments. So, honey, please believe. Because when she posted the promotional flyer of her coming on, it was folks on her IG. It was on her IG in the comment section being shady. I was like, how y'all already shady? How y'all ain't even seen the interview yet? And now with the kicker, when I seen folks commenting on it, I'm like, y'all have not seen the interview, and y'all are. I'm like, that's how you know they be on bullshit. I was confused about Mel coming to give her number. Mel got a new number and was gonna give it to Destiny. That's all I know. You are correct. Get a great interview. Thank you so much. She did say she said she played a part in her marriage, the demise of her marriage. She absolutely did say that. I wonder how much they make per episode. The reason I said, when you are talking to someone and they just go and they don't say shit, they just kind of smile or they're blinking, I'm like, she can't say that. And that's why I said she don't make nothing. She make $1. You know what I'm saying? It's ha. She can't speak on that because sometimes you want people to, and I get, we wanted to know, but If y'all ask me how much my check, I'm gonna say none of your goddamn business. You don't need to know how much money I make at my job. You don't. She ain't said it to us, but she was silent and she smiled and she blinked, which means next question. I can't answer that, or I'm not going to. I don't. I don't. I wouldn't answer that kind of shit. What I make no matter. You know what I'm saying? Is you gonna pay me some more money? Is you gonna pay me more money? But I'm like, people want to know things about other people they wouldn't tell about themselves. And I feel like no one has to divulge how much money they make at all. Unless the IRS is asking. That's it. Or the bank. But I ain't the bank. I would like to know why he treating his son's mother so terribly. Some people are assholes. Some people just want to be, jerks and just be bullshitty all the time. People want to complain about the sunshine. Honey, why the sun so bright? Why the sun going out? Why the sun going up? Because it's the sun. Move to the moon. No, that's not what we wanted. No. Just because the interview was, it was a good interview. It was, to me, out of all the interviews we've done, that's in my top 5. Simply because I was surprised that she was extremely open about every question we asked her. It was not that question beside the one of asking her how much money she make on the show. That's the only question she didn't answer, and that question wasn't one of our questions on our list. So that was an extra one that, what I'm saying, that one of us asked. I can't think who answered the question, but but she answered from my knowledge, she answered everything else except that in some sort of way. I was surprised she answered those questions because she shut it down on, honey, shut it down. Shut it down. But right now, y'all, like the video, give me 1 second. I needed some water. I was thirsty. I'm like, what is going on? But yeah, she did shut down. And this is why there is an art to interviewing. And you can't just ask anyone anything. And while we asked her all of her business, all up and through, we phrased the questions in a way that made sense for what we were asking. And she answered the questions in a way that made complete sense. And anyone who wants to be able to question folks around here, you have to learn the art of doing it. Because your point should never be to try to be messy, for whatever reason. And we ain't want to do that. The break wrong as fuck felt bad about that part. He is, hearing her say, I was served divorce papers in the driveway of my house while we still lived in the house together 3 weeks after having my baby. I was like, damn, that's crazy. Then hearing how, she gave him documentation to respond to the divorce, proceedings or whatever. And he just kind of told the court she never responded. And they got the default judgment for them to be divorced. Was crazy. Even how he asked for full custody of the kid and got it, and people kept saying she didn't address it because she did. She said because of the default judgments, he was granted either sole or full custody. And she had to go back to court and say, nah, bruh, nah. And they now have 50-50 custody of their son. That he has the baby sometime, and so does she. They both share custody. The point of him having that wasn't current. It was old from when they first filed for divorce. That has sense. But again, folks didn't want to listen, you know. But it did make it seem like, oh, LaBerica's on some bullshit. You know, I think it's if LaBerica's so terrible, how can she be friends with Martell? According to her, they're birds of a feather. So Bondi asked that question as well, and I can't remember her exact response. I think she said something like, I forgot what she said, but I know what I felt like was when she said they have similarities is one thing. I also felt like, I don't know if she kind of made it seem like what Martell did to his wife don't have nothing to do with me as his friend, because he did it to me. What my husband did to me is why I left my husband. I also feel like we know married people. We have friends to be married, they divorce, and not at all times do we stop being friends with the one we were friends with first. Now, we asked her how did she meet Martell. She brought up how she had known him since they were in high school, and not in the same high school, but in a small town at two different high schools. They knew of each other. She also brought up how her dad at one point dated his mom, so they have allegedly known each other for a while. But if her stance was, I've known Martell longer, that's her stance. I don't know why she's still friends with Martell. I think he's a fucked up human being, but I also know people have friends who are fucked up human beings. I think people like to make it seem as if, oh, no one I know in my life is perfect. We all know some fucked up people. We may keep our distance. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not defending her being cool with him, but I'm like, if that's her friend, that's her friend. As long as she's not fucking that man, I don't care. I think I don't want to hold my friend accountable in our friendship based on what he did in his marriage, because that ain't got nothing to do with me. My issue with Destiny would have been how it seems like she's moving with Mel. I don't like the fact that she had conversations with Martell. And I said, like, you were on the show, you said how you think the friends of exes, like she said, you can't expect someone to no longer be friends with somebody they knew, because that would be crazy. And I said, but do you think that Mel has the right to feel like you should not be having conversations with her ex-husband about her? And her response was, well, it was okay when I was giving her information about him. It was okay when I was giving her little shit about him. But now if I'm talking to him about her, now she's an issue. That's what she said. That's what she said. And that's her truth. So, I mean, I ain't defending it. I ain't supporting it. All I'm saying is, I think I said in the interview as well, or I maybe have said it, when me and the girls were talking after the fact. It could be her looking at it from the point of, that was Mel's husband, who was my friend. But what he did to Mel, he did not do to me. And what my husband did to me don't have to do with Martell. It just means y'all both fucked up people. But technically, Martell didn't do shit to Mel, to Destiny. He did some fucked up shit to his wife. If anyone should hate Martell, it should for sure be Mel, okay? Because that's who did some fucked up shit. What more do y'all want from this lady? You would think that she did something to y'all personally, honey. You would think. I know that this thing that God has for me. I know that this thing God has for me. My Mel sent her this personal song, but she didn't know it was my number, but they were friends. Well, I think she said because Mel had got a new number. So my thing, if we're friends and I have a new number and I have my same phone, but I'm texting you because you're not my phone, you wouldn't know it's me because it's a whole new number. People text me, I'm like, what the fuck is this? Who are you? I don't know you. Oh, girl, I got a number. I didn't know that. Send me a photo of you. FaceTime me real quick, because you know what I'm saying. You never know. So I mean, honey, I don't know if she would have said exactly what folks wanted. Folks would have been mad that she didn't say it on the show. They was mad the whole time, honey. I'm glad you praised her for her girl, I'm glad you praised her for your transparency and told her that her story would help someone. I think that made her more comfortable and like not like y'all were trying to set her up. People don't get that when we are going through hardships and shit is so hard for us and we are living in our own little turmoil, that once we speak about it, other people who was either going through something similar will for sure. Girl, I need to call out fucking kids over there loud, but people don't get how that can help other people. And when she said that she don't speak on herself much, she doesn't like to boast about herself, that she has trouble, just speaking on herself. And I was like, no, you need to, because if not you, then who? If not when, then who gonna? It needs to be you. If nobody else promotes you like you, who gonna do it? So her story is that. It's her story. Everyone won't believe her, but those who is supposed to touch is not everybody like me. Not everyone likes me as a YouTuber. That's fine. Don't get no fucks, because the folks who I'm supposed to reach, I reach. And I felt like she needs to hear. People want to hear from you. Some don't, but some do. And you can't silence yourself based on the naysayers who don't want to hear from you. You know what I'm saying? Look, when I say I protect my peace, I protect my peace. Because other folks will try to pull you into their bullshit if you allow it to happen. And when you are sitting in a space as she is, as a person on television who folks don't like because she has not been open and honest about things, or she's not been transparent, you can feel like no one will care what I say, or they're going to scrutinize it or whatever. And I was like, no, your story would be somebody else's testimony, because you help them realize they not, by themselves. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure some people in the chat had realistic. Honey, people in the chat were just, some of them was on some bullshit, if you ask me. But again, it's almost an hour. Lord, not almost an hour. I want to be trying to miss no, because there's so many comments around here. Thank you, Paige. People gave Mel grace. Oh, I've already read this. People gave Mel grace for going through a divorce and cutting folks off. That's she's doing the same thing, but it's not received the same way. That's what's crazy to me. Destiny, this is what Destiny said. I got married, got pregnant, had a business open that then closed down because of COVID. COVID then forced me to be alone with my husband, which then turned into a nightmare. And then after I had my baby, he divorced me. And people had an issue, and I did too, that on the show, it seemed like she didn't acknowledge anything. But as we now know, it's because the husband who was divorcing her did not want to be mentioned. Mel and Martell are both on the show, and Martell is a goddamn glutton for punishment. He likes attention. So we saw every aspect of Mel and Martell's demise because they allowed it to be shown. LeBerg did not want anyone to see probably how fucked up he would treat that lady. Martell don't care that we see him looking like an asshole with Mel. He don't care. He's gonna spin it. However, they both went through traumatic divorces right after having a baby. Because we're not going to act like, Mel didn't find out about Martell having that lady pregnant right after having their baby. And then the divorce proceedings started. Destiny and LeBerg marriage seems to have been falling apart during the pandemic. We know a lot of marriages and relationships did not last through the pandemic. Hers was one of them. And because folks feel like because she said then we did not see it on the show, that means she's. And again, I am not Team Mel, Team Destiny, Team Martell. I am Team Jaylee. That's it, just me. And people sometimes just want to have their own narrative, despite what the person who lived it is telling them happened. She told y'all what she went through today based on what she could not say before, based on many things. She finally came in and as she was saying, being honest, and people still think she's lying. But I'm like, right, she went through divorce just like Mel. They both went through crazy. The only difference is Mel's public embarrassment was more public because we knew what was going on. Martell was playing that shit all over social media. It was everywhere. LeBear did the dirt in this. Allegedly, LeBear did the dirt quietly. You know what I'm saying? That's the only difference. The most she's ever shared. I thought you asked all the right questions, and she actually gave a lot. If you really was if you was listening for clarity, she answered. You know what I'm saying? I love the interview, learned a lot. I felt like she wasn't going to tell everyone because we need to tune into the show. Right. Because she can't give shit away from the show. And that's why I said we need to have you back toward the end of the season. Because some things like we know there's a fight between her and Stormy. We see the preview of them fussing. We need to have you back to have that conversation. What happens? This is about what I think I already answered that some because I'm just not scrolling down, honey, and getting to other questions and stuff. Why y'all gotta be the negative? Like we look at the end of the day, we did good. Okay. And no one, girl, let me keep scrolling because I could not, honey, look. I cannot. I did not even realize how many questions I had to scroll all the way down. I can't do all that. But I'm down here somewhere. Team Wanda, because I know she's straight fooling with the finger waves. I would love to interview Wanda, honestly. I want to get Wanda, I want to get Kiki. Because I just wonder. I just wonder of what would happen, with that. Wait, y'all said what was the awkward? Let me try to scroll up and see. So I'm gonna give y'all about 15 because it's 10:41. If y'all so this is my thing. If y'all have questions that y'all want me to answer about the interview, put the word question and what y'all want my opinion on that. And after that, I'm done. Because it's just too many comments that I can it's a lot. When Mel left Martell for good, she did not know about Coleslaw's pregnancy. She was aware, of course, but time she divorce finalized. Yeah, when she left, after she left, she found out. We don't know if her divorce is just like Mel's. Let's hear from the Barrett. Okay. Not the finger ways. That she was smart to get out the marriage quickly, even though it was the Barrett who actually filed it. She was working on separation. And some folks don't want to, get a divorce. Some folks do want to separate first, just so that you're not moving too fast. Mel wanted her to choose. She continued to be friends with Martell. Millie bounced. And that's Mel's prerogative. Nothing's wrong with Mel choosing, hey, if you friends with him, I'm good on you. That's fine. Mm-hmm. Leave Wanda alone. Wanda was on. Girl, I gotta post Wanda's live and my commentary to it. Layla, so right. Some people are always going to look for fault and not for understanding. I agree. Great interview. People must learn to be people. People must learn to give people grace. Destiny doesn't deserve so much hate. Maybe some interrogation, but not the hate. Just never know if you meet these people in real life, and they may be sweet to you. I agree, because it can just be, B of the S at all times. And we don't want to deal with B of the S. Okay. You said before the interview, y'all couldn't go in like that. And what I mean by that is we're not gonna, ambush her and be negative. And even if at any point we felt like she was lying, I would never give off that you lying energy. Anything where we felt like she answered the question and we felt like we followed up, we would have a follow-up question. You know what I'm saying? To piggyback off of what she just said. So when she said how, I think people can be friends with their exes. I think whoever can be friends with whoever. my follow-up was, so you think it's cool for you? Do you think it was cool for you to have a conversation with Martell about Mel? Maybe Mel just wanted you to not talk about her. So again, anything we felt like, well, hold on now, let's get some explanation or whatever. He says, I think it's that. Confused about the DNA. No, the NDA though, is it real? They had a agreement between her and him, and she upheld the agreement. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that was for things that she could and could not say on the show at the time. But again, this was over a year ago, so things are different now. So we need to stop comparing divorces. We don't know the full truth. Nobody wanted, nobody wanted from Wanda. Lord Jesus. Would you interview Martell? We would, but Martell, I feel like there's no point in interviewing him if he's going to just try to blame Mel, for one. I also feel like there's no reason to interview him currently because I don't want to talk to him or Mel about anything to do with their marriage or their divorce. I feel like they have both. That conversation with him needs to move on. So Martell, will we have him on based on stuff from this season alone? Yes, but I would not want to have him on and ask him anything about anything prior to the divorce. We already know all of that. Okay, so I will only ask the questions based on things going forward. Did she reach out to OLFP or the opposite? I actually sent her an email last year, around maybe October of last year, and she responded initially, wanted to do it, and then, we did not hear back from her, and then she reached back out to us recently. So we did reach out to her first, and even there was, these months in between, but the last correspondence to her was, hey, just checking in, do you still want to do it? And again, that was back in like October 2021. And she then she reached back out from that email to us currently. So, even though she reached back out, the first contact was us contacting her. And I do feel like because we had already interviewed Kimmy twice, we've had Mel on, we had, Robin on from what was the Atlanta Listing show that was on I can't think the name of it. Because we have been interviewing people, I just think I'm hoping our name is now getting familiar. Familiar. So we shall see. When y'all interview Wanda, can we get subtitles? Honey, YouTube can get y'all subtitles. We can't put that on there. That's not how we do. We don't know. You think Destiny will open up more for next season based off of how she answered questions and her energy? I do. I feel like we asked her what her one regret was on the show, and she said the fact that she wasn't as open as she could have been. I think she learned that, and because she said when I do that, we said, I can't think of who said, but it was said on the interview that when anyone does not speak on whatever, people create their own narratives, and then you have to then defend yourself against somebody else's image of you. So I do think next season she would try to be more open. Now, will production put it on the show? I don't know, because she was saying how other things kind of had happened, and things that were said that did not make it to air. So I think she needs to. If she don't, it's gonna be a detriment to herself, because people will still feel like, okay, she's not really open. She's not really open. So we shall see. Y'all look, send Wanda a DM or contact Wanda and look. If y'all want us to interview somebody, y'all flood that goddamn comment section. Go around here and talk to us and talk to OLFP and tag our IG page. Do that. But it's kind of cool. Would y'all just answer that question? What do you think about finding out Mel actually knew everything going on about this? I was shocked. I was shocked, but I also felt like it kind of made sense. Not that I felt that Mel lied. I do feel like Mel implied or she left it up to interpretation that she had no idea that she got divorced, when what she meant was, I had no idea the divorce was finalized, that she went through finalizing the divorce and did not tell me. So it shocked me, but I also was like, oh, okay, it was more of an implied situation than it was a male said specifically. She didn't tell me nothing. I had no idea. She had no idea that it was final. So I mean, I was shocked, but also not shocked at the same time. But yeah. I could tell I didn't care for LeBear based on his feedback when they did. You know what I'm saying? Why did she allow Tisha to come to her room in LA? She discussed male issues and male friendship. Why kick her? I think she said everyone was just in different rooms talking. After a reunion, we've seen before how the cast sit around and shit check and jaw jack. I don't think that's crazy. But I also agree that if you are cool with somebody who I'm at odds with, I still don't want you discussing me at all. So that part I'm 100%, don't discuss me with anybody who I've had issues with. Don't do it. Did you see that Sneak was on a panel with Martell, Nubu? No. I wish I would stop saying Mel wanted her to choose. She wanted her to stop talking about her to Martell. I mean, dang, is that too much to ask for? We have great rare person interviewing. We hone these skills because we don't, it ain't no point in being messy because being messy don't get you nowhere. Being messy won't get you interviews. You want people to watch it and then say they're being fair. They're asking a tough question, but they're allowing her to explain what she wants to explain. That's all the interview is. You're allowing someone the space to tell their story, and then people say what they want to say about it and leave it be what it is. OLFP interview coleslaw. For what? I feel like no productive interview can happen with coleslaw based on her mentality. And would we be open to it? Sure. But there's nothing to ask her. You know what I'm saying? Based on her interview with Tasha K, based on us knowing you knowingly had an affair with the man for years while he was married, like there is no point in talking to you now because all we need to know you've already said. And I just don't see the point of it. Would we? Sure. But it would have to be a point to the interview. And I just can't see a point in talking to her at this point in time. So people can start hearing and coming in and say, honey. And the thing about it is, I do wonder if the interview will make it to the blogs, and then let's see how that goes. The interview was for clarity, not messages. Right? Yes, completely. I wonder if Mel will cut off Kimmy if she keeps her relationship with her son-in-law Keisha. I don't know. But we'll hopefully have Mel back on. We can hopefully get Kim back on. They're always a great time. Do you think that Tisha has never talked about Mel around or with her? Do you think Tisha has never talked about Mel? Do I think Tisha has never talked about Mel? I think everyone on the show has talked about somebody on the show. Everyone. Kimmy, Tisha, Wanda, Martell, Mel, Destiny, Marceau, Tiffany, Lewis, or whoever out, Stormy. I think everyone on the show at one point or the other has talked about someone else on the show. That includes Tisha and also Mel. So I don't think anyone is innocent in speaking on other castmates. I'm saying, and so that's my opinion. That's what I think about that. Because it can be some foolishness. I think I don't see any more questions, and it's been over an hour. Look, Y'all know we have a great old time after everything. Y'all know, look, after, when we have interviews, I will always have an after show shit of the chat and the reason I did this is my first time doing a live after show chat about one of our interviews, which I should have been doing, is because in the interview, we can't really say how we feel about what someone is saying or the questions y'all have about what's going on. We can't do that, you know what I'm saying, on screen. So I'm like, I want to be sure that after our interviews that I just have a conversation with my people, okay, with my folks, because this is fun. I wish YouTubers would stop covering coleslaw. I'll say this for that. At the end of the day, YouTube is a business. And people will stop discussing her when people stop watching our videos about her. She is connected to Martell, who's on the show that most of us cover. I try to only post about her if it's something all shade that I can make fun of. For chits and giggles. I do not take her serious at all. Because I just don't. So I don't mind folks, posting about her. I just feel like you can't make it seem as if she's important. And I'm not saying she's a nobody in life, because everyone is someone. But I'm like, I'm not posting you because like you are this entertaining person. I'm posting you probably because you said something dumb and I can crack some jokes about it. So I do think there is a fine line between giving her attention as if she matters versus like, girl, look at this, look at this dumb shit. Look at this dumb thing right here. Okay. And but I do think most YouTubers are not posting her as much. You know what I'm saying? She was careful because but no one should ever answer questions haphazardly, because when you misquote yourself or misspeak on something, that will go viral. And sometimes you have to think before you speak for that reason. in that order, and 'cause I deserve, and you deserve, and we just stop anyway. Let's see. But anyway, y'all, I really do hope that we get more interviews because they're fun. They're fun. We love them all. Now they're work too. Now they're also work, but we have fun with them all. So if y'all have not seen the interview that we did, it is on It's on Niecy's page. To check out the full. It was like an hour and like 40 minutes of an interview and stuff. Okay, and stuff. So I hope y'all enjoy this little after show shit of the chat. Okay. Now y'all know whenever anything's going on, will y'all be round here? Okay, round here talking about what it is. Okay, now it's 11 p.m. Go to bed. Go to bed. Until next time, y'all, please like the video, comment in the comment section. Thank y'all for the live viewers, also the replay watchers too. Please share this video, which means hit share, post it on your Twitter, and then tag OLFP, and also Love and Marriage Hunts of the video. Okay, I gotta go. Love you all. Peace and apple grease. Is apple grease a thing? Or no, peace and chicken grease and applesauce. Maybe I want to say that. I don't know. I'm going to bed. Good night. Gotta go. Bye.